Hey everybody, welcome to Mental Game Mechanics, where we talk about how you can get, achieve, and do more in your life using simple mental strategies to optimize your mind for peak performance. Um, I am not feeling all that great today. I picked up a little bit of a cold yesterday and into today, and so I apologize if I cough or anything like that, but I've wanted to shoot this video for you today, and I really just wasn't feeling up to it. My got a headache and body aches, and just not feeling great. You know what it's like to get a cold, and it's one of those things that in the back of my mind I was going, gosh, I need to shoot a video. I want to stay consistent with these videos, because for me, I'm the type of person that starts stuff and then doesn't see it through, and so I'm trying to stay consistent for you, stay consistent with doing this and just bringing value to the table here. And even though I'm not feeling good, I wasn't sure what to talk about today, and I want to be successful, and I want to do all these things, and yet sometimes I just have bad days, or we have bad days. And so I got to thinking, I'm not feeling that great and I want to shoot a video. So what do I do when I'm not feeling good? How can I take that on? What do you do when you don't have motivation? What do you do when you're feeling, like a failure, feeling like you're just depressed, or, you're going through a rough patch of life, let's say, or, you're feeling unmotivated. Everything doesn't seem to be going your way, and you're just trying to figure out what to do, right? That's kind of how I felt all day is, I want to shoot a video. I'm not going to shoot a very great video because I don't have good energy. I don't have everything that I need to do it. And yet somehow I know I should do it, and it was bugging me all day that I put it off and put it off. It's now almost 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I usually try and do these in the morning, and I've just put it off until right about now. And it wasn't until I just right up until I started recording this what I wanted the topic to be about, and it hit me. Motivation by traditional standards is kind of a fleeting thing. We talk about, I'm super motivated, and then all of a sudden we get into it, and then we just kind of fizzle out, right? That motivation kind of peaks and then it fizzles out. It's kind of like when you go to a seminar or a kind of a motivational speaker, or you see something like that, or you watch a cool movie, right? You come out of that movie or that experience or seminar or whatever that is, and you're kind of on this motivational or inspirational high that you're going, yeah, I'm into this, I'm going to do it, right? And then all of a sudden it just starts to fizzle out, and we're not exactly staying consistent, right? It would have been very easy for me to say, hey, you know what? I'm not feeling that great. Let's skip the video for now and get back to it. Excuse me. Oof, excuse me there. Sorry. And the way that I define motivation is not one of those things that comes from this peak and then this fizzle out, right? That's not motivation. Yeah, you can be motivated, but that is not what motivation truly is. Motivation is something that is long term, is something that you're going to stick with over a long period of time, and it comes straight from a vision that's coming from within you, and it's pulling you towards whatever it is that you're working towards. It's very easy for me to say, I want to be successful and not do any of the work. That talk is cheap, right? It's actions that get it done. And there's an interesting concept that that I heard from David Goggins. He's kind of a famous speaker and author right now. Awesome stuff. I love his story. He's one of those guys that just really motivates you and inspires you, simply because of what he's been through and the stories that he's kind of gone through. But one of the things that kind of helped him really get through, he had to do Navy SEAL buds 3 different times to pass. And on the 3rd time, there was something that kind of stuck out to him, and it was simply 3 words: embrace the suck. And a ton of Navy SEALs have kind of gone through that. But it's one of those things that, like, when you think about it, when we all have terrible days, we all have moments that just flat out suck, right? And none of us have perfect lives, right? We all have those moments, and it's those moments that suck that somehow can really put something in front of us, like, put a barrier between who we are and who we want to be, and what we're doing and what we want to do, right? There's all of those things that make breaking through that barrier really, really, really difficult. And when we just embrace that difficulty or embrace the suck, right, it's going to make it so much sweeter when we get success, right? Embrace the suck to get success. And there's a balance to everything. There's good and there's bad and there's pleasure, there's pain. And as much as something might suck in your life, as hard as something might be, I guarantee you there's something else that is just as good or just as sweet or just as awesome, right? There are so many different ways of looking at life, so many different perspectives. And again, none of us have a perfect life. Nobody goes through life and just has it easy, right? It doesn't matter if you're born in the lucky sperm club or you're third world country. Everybody has problems across the board. Everybody just has different problems. And it's, it's okay. It's okay to have bad days. And I'm not saying that we need to be robots and emotionless and not be able to just push through. And, it's okay to have a bad day. And sometimes we need to just take a day and, get back to who we are and get back to what we're trying to do. That's okay to do, right? It's not, we don't need to be robots. That's not what life is about. Life is about progressing and making progress. And it's sometimes we have to take a step back to take a step forward. And so it's not just about what you do when you encounter hardship or trials or you're feeling unmotivated. It's not just about the actions that you take. That's just one side of it. It's all about how you deal with things and the mindset that you take as you encounter those things. If you let it rule your emotions, or if you let it run your life or dictate, kind of who you are, instead of saying, what, that sucks, but here's what I'm going to do about it, and taking it kind of by the horn, so to speak, and just driving into what you want it to be. The most successful people in the world out there, they're the type of people that have taken the rocks from rock bottom to build a castle, right? And that's really the trick, is when you're feeling unmotivated, finding something that's going to push you or propel you to the next thing, simply by focusing on either getting back to square one or what the next step is, or figuring out something rather than just how bad something sucks. Because it's very easy to sit in that world of woe is me, poor me, right? And I'm not saying it's bad to have those emotions. I get it, right? We can all have terrible, hard days in our life, and sit there and hey, take a minute, but the trick is, how soon do you recover and get back to it? Because if you're stuck in that spiral of woe is me, my life sucks, you're just going to sit there forever. If you can get out of that faster and sooner and better, you're going to develop more resilience. You're going to keep things moving forward, and you're going to find that a lot of those problems that you're encountering are just going to kind of go away. And so that's what I want to leave you with is, when you have a bad day, just start making progress. When you have a bad day, just try and do something. All right. Today's video is me just trying. Right. I'm trying to just take a step out of my comfort zone. I don't feel very good, but I want to be here for you, and I want to be of value to you regardless of what's going on. And I leave you with that, and I hope that you have a good day, regardless of what you're experiencing or what you're going through. I hope that you can flip your negative experiences around and turn them into something positive, and turn them into something that's going to propel you into your future. Because I know you have a bright future, and I know that you can do great things. So I leave you with that, and I hope that you have an incredible day, and I will talk to you another day.